You're listening to an audiobook from Empower. This is the book Dare to Start by author Manh Cuong. In the printed version, there are various calculation templates that are not included in this audiobook. Please support the author by purchasing the printed book through the link below in the description. Thank you. Good piece. I frequently work with startup ideas in my mentoring and coaching experience. The main issue I have noticed is that people frequently begin with too many ideas and then lose focus. People seem to think it is completely normal when they seek my advice and present me with 2, 3, or even 4 ideas at once. Nobody can succeed if they start a business with 2 or 3 business ideas at the same time. When starting a business, people frequently have few resources, little money, few people, few experiences, few relationships, and most importantly, little capacity to organize work. When resource sources are not only limited but also spread across multiple projects, it is impossible to succeed. Well, they can be effective to some extent, but I am not sure if it is possible for them to achieve the level of success they envision. That is exactly why when people invest in startup models, they look for those willing to live and die by their business ideas, which is to say, focus on the highest level. Focus is strength. At Empower, we have a startup mentoring process when working with any client. We always begin with focus on one project only so that we have a foundation to work from. All action steps are aimed at achieving a specific goal in order to complete that one project successfully. You can also say, but whatever I do, I enjoy doing, and everything pays off and makes sense. I am not willing to give anything up. You have a very big heart. Have you ever said to your lover, every man is good. I want to marry each of them. I do not want to leave any of them. You know, there is a saying that goes, if you run after 2 hares, you will catch none. All right, let me give you a simple 2-step formula that will guide you through picking the best one out of your ideas. Note that here, step 2 is more important than step 1. Step 1. On the chart below, list your ideas based on 2 criteria, things you want to do and things that make money. Use a 0 to 10 scale where 0 is the lowest value and 10 is the highest. 1. Things you want to do. 2. Things that make money, high efficiency. If you work on nonprofit projects, high efficiency can be used instead of make money. Step 2. Use these 6 key questions to choose a good piece to enter the market. This is an extremely important 6-question toolkit. If you memorize these 6 questions and make them the default mode of your mindset, I guarantee you will have a different life with higher income and lower risk. A set of 6 questions to help you choose a good piece. To make it easy to remember, memorize its adjectives. 1. Much or little. 2. Big or small. 3. Fast or slow. 4. More or less. 5. High or low. 6. Strong or weak. Before continuing, read aloud the following A Good Piece song. Much or little, big or small, fast or slow, more or less, high or low, strong or weak. The simplest and most convenient method is to use 3 factors based on traffic light signals as a quick assessment indicator. These 3 simple color codes make your quick decision-making process more intuitive and convenient. Does it generate much or little profit? In a business model, the first thing to determine is whether it generates much or little profit. Brokers, whether real estate brokers, life insurance brokers, car brokers, or stock brokers, will always make more money than labor brokers or tutor brokers. Other factors, such as essential requirements for more advanced brokerage industries, have not yet been considered. Here we have just provided a model idea so that you can compare whether doing this or that would be more profitable. Our market needs big or small. Basically, we ask whether our business idea will solve the problems of many people or just a few. Along with teaching foreign languages, the needs for learning Russian and English are very different. A cafe for teenagers, adolescents who like to take pictures, has a completely different market demand than a cafe for nursing mothers. I am sure the model of a cafe for teenagers who like to take pictures will be more popular than the model of a cafe for nursing mothers here. Is the selling cycle fast or slow-me? This question is very decisive because if your product or service has a high turnover rate, customers will be able to return and purchase it again. This will greatly determine the revenue. If you sell perfume, users will use your product for at least 6 months to 1 year before deciding to buy another bottle. Not to mention, they will probably want to change to a different scent style. In comparison to the perfume business idea, the slimming tea, detox supplements, or milk tea business idea will have a faster cycle for customers to return to buy your next product. There is a psychological effect called the triple effect. Customers who buy from you 3 times in a row are much more likely to become loyal customers. So if your product turnover is slow, you need to find a way to sell them something more relevant so that they can contact you at least 3 times in the shortest amount of time possible. For example, if you sell cars, you can back them up with paperwork, extra accessories, or car insurance. Many times, making a profit on a particular product is not necessary because the goal is simply to create loyal customers. There is a quite successful milk tea system that always runs a campaign called 1 customer 3 times after opening day. They saved a lot of money on marketing with this campaign. They do things like buy 1 get 1 free the first time, then give a coupon for an additional free cup the next time, and then a 50%, 80% discount code on the bill for the next cup of tea. And they are frequently very crowded right after they open. But more than that, after visiting their shop 3 times, you get used to the taste of their tea. You know where your seat is, you know where the quietest and most vibrant areas are, you know where the air conditioning works best, and you feel comfortable when you get to a place you are familiar with. Or your subconscious guides you unconsciously into them. In the future, will there be more or less demand? In any business model idea, the word scale up is probably the deciding factor in whether or not we should invest our time and money into that. If I open a coffee shop, I am not concerned with how much profit I will make on the first or second shop. Rather, I am concerned with how many shops this cafe can be multiplied into. To be able to multiply in numbers, we must first answer the question, in the future, will there be more or less demand for this model? There was a client I gave a consultation to. As soon as I heard his idea, I said, "You will not succeed, and you should drop this idea immediately." He was very surprised and asked why I said that. He had the idea to open a motorcycle repair training center in Hanoi, but that was back in 2019. I told him that Hanoi would ban motorcycles in the city center by 2030. Although it will take 10 years, in 5 years, no one will go to motorcycle repair school anymore. And as the instructor, you should provide your students with a vision that extends beyond the next 5 years, unless they intend to relocate out of town and concentrate on the suburban market. In the Industrial Revolution 4.0, many industries will have no future. I will not send my child to a banking school because it risks being phased out with the advent of e-wallet and cryptocurrency services. A lot of retail stores will be replaced by e-commerce. Consider your answer to this question carefully. There are people who specialize in printing t-shirts to accompany movies before they are released in theaters. They conduct research and follow the introduction before the movie is released in theaters. When the movie comes out, the demand for these t-shirts increases significantly. They quickly take advantage of that wave and make a profit when they are able to predict the demand will increase or decrease. Is the risk high or low? Successful investors have always understood that risk management is the key to success. I will cover more in the 3rd part of the book. However, when selecting a business idea, you should always consider this a key factor. When I was a child, my family focused on small-scale trading, smuggling Chinese goods. In 1996, our family went bankrupt and lost all of our assets. The reason for this was that we could have had 10 times of success, but only 1 time of being caught. We went bankrupt and lost everything. So keep in mind that risk management is the key to success. A single, unfortunately, what if, or unexpectedly can ruin your entire career. A single unfortunate child falls and breaks an arm can cause a preschool to close. A single case of food poisoning can cause a restaurant to close. A single builder's fall can bring a construction company to court. These unfortunately, what if, or unexpectedly, are actually predictable. There are so many people who have done what you are about to do. You just need to spend a few days on the internet or go to their place of business to learn about the risks they have to face. Then you already have a lot of information about possible risks. Discretion will protect you and understanding will guard you. Proverbs 2:11. Is the competition strong or weak? The more attractive the market, the higher the competition, unless you are an innovator and create your own niche. That is exactly why the market is constantly changing, because it is competition that makes every service better. Every product must always solve more specific problems at a lower cost. In the next chapter, we will focus on this section and provide tools to help you create exceptional products creatively. One day, I saw my wife start drinking coffee. I was surprised because this was not her habit. As a business person, I recognized the great creativity of the creator of this coffee. This was green coffee for women's weight loss. At least this business did not face high competition when it entered the market. Instead of selling coffee like any other coffee, they only needed to be a little creative in order to target and solve the problem of weight loss, the everlasting pain point of many, especially women. Note, I do not know if green coffee really helps to lose weight. Example 1. According to the above analysis, picture 14, the most remarkable point in the homemade perfume for office workers business model is that the product cycle is very long and the competition is very strong. It means a customer can use a perfume bottle for a whole year before it runs out. It also means that if the purchase time is so long, customers will probably forget where they bought the perfume previously in order to buy it again. It will be difficult for you to get regular customers. So what to do now? You need at least the following. 1. A large market to sell to new customers on a regular basis. 2. A budget for significant advertising costs to get new customers consistently while also making an impression on existing customers. 3. A diverse product portfolio to increase sales to existing customers. 4. An extra sales scenario, upsell, add sell. If you do not at least have the above scenarios, then choosing the model of selling perfume one time in 1 year to one customer is a tough row to hoe. In a strong competitive environment, you must have enough capital compared to competitors to survive or target a small niche of the market to serve. Example 2. According to the side page analysis, picture 15, there are 2 things worth considering: risk and competition. The preschool model is a very risky model in many ways. For example, 1. Mishaps, child accidents, broken arm, broken leg, fight, scald, food poisoning, etc. 2. Teachers, unable to control their emotions, quit unexpectedly. 3. Clients, parents who disagree on some issues can form a group and fight the school together. If one parent decides to withdraw his child from school, the entire group can follow suit. 4. Finances. There can be a loss of cash flow and revenue during an epidemic or natural disaster. 5. Legality. There are always legal surprises that you do not expect, and sometimes groups of officials show up to point out faults you had not expected. What to do now? Do you really want to open a preschool? Can you open a skills training center or a foreign language center instead of a preschool to lessen the risk factors? Based on the results of a simple analysis of these 6 questions, you can choose and modify your business model into a tasty and safe piece. Note that a good piece to others may be a tough one to you, and a tough piece that many people cannot eat may be a good one for you. Sometimes, a tough piece in the present can become a good one if you know how to cook it a bit more. Have you ever eaten a mango with one end that is very sour and the other end that is sweet? Similarly, some parts of the same business idea are less profitable, while others are very profitable. One day, I was giving a consultation to a sister who wanted to open a simple coffee shop. After calculating with her, I found that this coffee shop model had a very high probability of losing money. Fortunately, she sought advice before deciding to invest in opening that coffee shop. We faced the challenge of transforming this loss-making model into a profitable one by asking 3 simple questions. 1. How to increase the number of customers by 20%. 2. How to increase the selling price by 20%. 3. How to increase the value of each order by 20%. We simply answered and found solutions to these 3 simple questions, and our business model changed from being unprofitable to profitable. Question 1. How to increase the number of customers by 20%. This is something I talk about a lot in marketing courses. However, within the context of this chapter, I can only talk about the basics. She had to figure out how to get people passing by her coffee shop to take a look. What for? Just take a look in the store. That's all. They did not need to go in yet. As the number of people taking a look increases, the number of those taking a visit will likely rise. With more people becoming aware of the shop's existence, there will be more potential customers. She could renew her sign, create more standees, play music, hand out balloons, distribute flyers, organize events, and collaborate with nearby stores to run promotions. Or if she worked online, she could join chat groups on social networks for buildings, offices, and groups of people who are in different things in the shop's geographical area. Question 2. How to increase the selling price by 20%. We simply figured out how to turn a tough piece into a good piece by using popular coffee. And here's her menu specifically for coffee, picture 16. Let's try to solve a mental math. Regarding the outside appearance, perhaps these two menus show equally priced items because the price of $15K is set at the top of a list. In fact, when ordering a drink, you will tend to choose a long drip coffee that costs $20K more due to the psychological perception of a better choice and will not regret the extra $5K. The ratio is that more than 60% of customers order long drip coffee, with the remaining 40% evenly divided between the other two types. As a result, she increased the selling price by 20% without receiving any complaints from customers. Question 3. How to increase the value of each order by 20%. A minor act would be for her to sell more snacks such as sunflower seeds, peanuts, or beef jerky, common snacks in Vietnam. There are actions that are really small, but they can sometimes have a big impact. She can simply place a snack on the customer's table when taking the order, either without saying anything or asking, "Would you like to use some more?" On average, a plate of sunflower seeds or peanuts is equal to 1 cup of coffee, while a package of beef jerky is equal to 5 cups of coffee. This has the potential to increase the average value of her orders by more than 20%. You see, in the same business model, you can turn losses into profits by selecting products wisely based on simple calculations. The following hypothetical thoughts may or may not be true, but you can consider them as suggestions for your analysis. 1. Breeding chickens or raising chickens for meat, which model is more profitable and less risky? 2. Planting trees or selling seedlings, which model is more profitable and less risky? 3. Between face-to-face teaching and online teaching, which model is better? 4. What about doing phone repair compared to training in phone repair? 5. Who earns more profit, farmers or traders? Summary. 1. Choose what to do based on A. Do I enjoy doing it? B. Does it make money? Is it efficient? 2. Choose a tasty and safe piece. Use these 6 key questions. 1. Does it generate much or little profit? 2. Are market needs big or small? 3. Is the selling cycle fast or slow? 4. Will there be more or less demand in the future? 5. Is the risk high or low? 6. Is the competition strong or weak? 2. Actions to take right now. 1. Take your product or service out for analysis right away to see if it is a good or tough piece. 2. Figure out with your business model how to turn it from a tough piece to a good piece.